everybody, Platinum Fox here, you can call me Plat, and today we're back with another update for Ice and Fire Dragon mod. I know, I'm a little late with this one, as the first version of this mod, 1.5.0, came out a little bit ago, but since then there have been two other versions, 1.5.1 and 1.5.2 for this Ice and Fire version, so we're going to cover those as well, since they've been added, and they add some nice features and bug fixes and stuff. So let's get right into it. There's a lot of exciting stuff with this update, including a bunch of new items and weapons and armor, 3 new awesome mobs, the Cockatrice, the Stymphalian bird, and the troll. All are absolutely fantastic. And then, also, there's a lot of other new features that have been added. Some that are really nice to help players out. Others have been fixed from previous versions of the mod. So we're going to cover some of that stuff too. So the first thing I want to show off is that this mod is now compatible with Thaumcraft. So as you can see, I'm gonna hit shift right here on items, and you can see like some of these items you can actually like scan them with the Thaumcraft scanner and now get different aspects for Thaumcraft. So that's actually really cool that it's integrated with Thaumcraft, because that's a great mod. So that's pretty cool. Another thing I want to show you, it's actually not in the game, so I'm going to jump right over to the title screen. I'll catch you right there on the title screen. So here we are on the title screen. I wanted to cover this before we get into everything else, because this is something that's pretty cool for Ice and Fire to do. I'm sure it took the developers a lot of time to add this. But if you go to the mod section and you scroll down and you find Ice and Fire and you click on it, and then you click config, you can now access the config for the game and edit its settings via the game. So this is pretty cool. This is actually really cool, so you don't have to go in your Minecraft folder anymore. You can just do it from in-game and probably restart it afterwards. But, I mean, like, I'm just going to quickly just scroll. You could pause if you want to see what all the options are, but you just scroll all through what all the options are, and if you hover over stuff, it'll tell you what it's for. And like, this one's really nice. For the bestiary, if you want the vanilla font, all you have to do is click this and change it to true. If you find it hard to read, and then perhaps restart your game, and there you go. You have the vanilla font instead of the default font that the mod uses. So that's pretty cool that you can now do all of this in the config file. It's pretty nice. So I'm going to hop back into the game, and now we can get to all the real good stuff with the items and the changes. So I'm going to hop back over there real fast. I'll see you there. Alright, we're back in the world here, so let's just get started real fast with the first item on our list, because we'll get through the items as usual before we get to all the good stuff with all the mobs and other changes. So this first item is the rotten egg. Now the rotten egg is a rare drop that chickens can lay. They lay a rotten egg, just like a normal egg. It'll be like a floating item, and you can collect it. And there's a rare chance when you throw it that a cockatrice will spawn, a baby cockatrice. And this one will be tamed to you specifically. So that's a neat way to get this mob. We'll talk more about that later when we start showing off the Cockatrice stuff. So we're gonna move on over here to the Stymphalian bird feather. Now this is basically a metal feather, and you will see it is very dangerous once we get to the Stymphalian bird section of this showcase. But with the feather, what you could do is you can make a Stymphalian bird arrow, or a Stymphalian arrow, and this recipe is like that. It's just 1 Stymphalian feather, a stick, and some flint. And this arrow is a little different than your normal arrow, so I'm just going to grab this real fast. So you're probably not going to be able to catch it if I do a full speed arrow, but this arrow does not curve, and if it does, it is very little, and it just goes on forever. So I'm just going to like lightly tap it, and you can see the arrow kind of just floats. Like, we'll try to do it one more time. So there we go. Like, you can see the arrow is just going in a perfectly straight line. So if you want an arrow that has no curve and you want to hit something really far away, like that specific block on that tree, you probably could if you aim it right. I think my crosshairs on it. But like, see, like, there's no curve. That arrow just went perfectly straight. So that's something that's actually pretty cool with the arrow. Pretty cool uses can be made out of it. So Let's move on. This next item is a troll tusk. Trolls have tusks in this game, in this update, and they're pretty cool. They look awesome, and that'll be used in a little bit. And trolls drop this when you can kill them. And another thing they drop is their variants of hide. There are 3 different troll types. There's mountain, forest, and frost, I believe, for the 3 different trolls. We'll show those off a little bit later, but they drop hide. And then they also carry giant weapons, and I'm gonna grab one of these. This one looks the coolest, I think. These are giant, massive weapons that the trolls carry. So these weapons are absolutely big. Like, you can just see how big they are. They do 10 attack damage. So they do a pretty decent amount of damage. But their cooldown is also really insane. So, like, I'm gonna just, like, attack real fast. And there you go. Like, you can see, like, how big the cooldown is. It's a pretty long cooldown. So I'm gonna just get rid of that real fast, and then we can move on. But these are weapons that are drops from the trolls. I think they're pretty rare as well. So let's get into troll armor now. Now, troll armor is pretty cool. Now, how you craft troll armor is you take the troll hide of the same troll. So, like, if you have a frost troll, you need all frost troll hide to make frost troll armor. All the recipes are the same as normal armor except for the helmet. The helmet requires 3 of the same troll hide on the top right there, and then on the side, like, instead of 2 hide like normal, like a normal helmet would require, you need the tusks. And you need the tusks, and then you'll get the helmet. And again, the rest of the armor is the same, but you need the tusks because look at this armor. It gives you these awesome tusks from the troll, and it's pretty cool. And this is the, I believe this is the mountain troll armor. And then if we come over here, we have the forest troll armor. Pretty cool. They got a nice green tint to it. And then the final one is frost troll, and this is pretty cool. And man, the tusks, they just look so cool. They just look really cool. So this last item I'm going to show off real fast has to do with dragons. It is the opposite of the steroid that we've seen before known as dragon meal, where this is sickly dragon meal. And this has very interesting properties. So I'm going to come out here in this little field. And now we're going to just do a bunch of stuff with dragons and start talking about dragons. So the sickly dragon meal, we'll start with that. So I'm going to spawn a dragon here, and look at the little guy. So this is regular dragon meal. And you see he grows with it, like he's supposed to. Well, this is sickly dragon meal, and when we feed it to him, you hear the nice little sound. And what it does is it completely stunts the dragon's growth. So this dragon will not grow now. He will not grow past a stage 2 at 42 days. So he is now this size permanently. This is amazing. I just realized I got so excited about talking about this. I didn't show off the recipe for it. I will right here, though. It's just dragon meal with some spider eyes and poisonous potatoes all around it. My bad. I forgot to show it off over there. This item is absolutely amazing to have in the game because I have wanted a stage 3 dragon forever. Like, I want to keep a stage 3 dragon forever. I don't want it to grow up anymore because I love the sizes of stage 3s. So you possibly can't even imagine how excited I am for this. Like, I'm very excited to have this sickly dragon meal in the game. But so now that we have our fire dragon here, another thing I want to show off with them is if you shift and then you click the dragon's home position has been set to those coordinates where he's at. This means that you can now stick your dragon in wander mode, and he will wander in the general area of this home point you set. Dragons should no longer get lost and just fly away. They should stick around that general area where you set their home point. And if they're flying, you just pick the dragon flute and you can just drop them out of the sky and you can go get them. So it's pretty cool. Another thing about the dragons that has been changed, so I'm just gonna stick that guy back in there, is if we come and get this ice dragon, ice dragons have now been made more aggressive, like the fire dragon, and they also have something new about them. So I'm gonna look at the sheep, and I'm gonna use the dragon breath. They now freeze. Oh, they died. But you saw right there, they now freeze. They now freeze whatever you hit with their breath. And this goes for the sword as well that you make. See, look, there he is, the frozen villager. So they freeze for a little bit of time, and you can see the ice is starting to crack, and they get super slow. They're victims of ice, and the ice sword does this as well. So it slows down your victims by freezing them in a big block of ice. It is fantastic and really cool, and I'm glad that they did it to make ice dragons more of a challenge, and I'm glad that they are more aggressive altogether. So I'm going to clear out my inventory right now, and I'm going to pop on over to that house over there, and we're going to see what has been changed with the Pixies, because it's pretty cool. So I will catch you over there. So here we are in this little hut, and as you can see behind me, Pixies in jars are now a light source. This is so awesome that Pixies in jars are now a light source. You can just place them down, they light up a little bit of the area that they're in. It's an awesome, nice little feature to add. And another thing with the Pixies that's been changed is you can now heal them. So this is a Pixie, and I'm going to turn on, how do you see their hearts real fast with Wayla? So you can see the Pixie has 4 hearts. So I'm going to just take some poison, and I'm going to splash it on the Pixie.
You're a monster!
So you can see that they're losing health. Well, if you take sugar, and you just throw it on them, it heals them now. So I'm just going to throw another piece, and it's healing them. So now there is a nice little way to heal your Pixies. That's about all that was changed with the Pixies. It's still really nice to be able to heal your Pixies now, and that they can light up areas so you can make like cool different light fixtures and stuff with an actual like living creature in the game. That's pretty sweet. So let's move on to another thing that was fixed with the mermaid slash siren slash naga, whatever you want to call them. So I will be right back once I go find one. So here we are, and you can see, I'm going to zoom in on it. There's a siren, and they actually like sing in now, and we're going to get a little closer. Hopefully we can hear them soon. But I'm going to go into survival mode. So now you can now see that they actually draw you in now. They are fixed. And then once you get drawn in, they turn into the siren. Which is pretty cool that they fixed that and that now works. So I'm going to quickly go back to see. But I'm super happy they fixed that because, like, it's just so awesome to see that in the game now. And they actually work. Alex has done a really good job at just everything in this mod. And, like, they just look fantastic. And so, see, like, I went back into creative mode. And now, like, it's all singing again. It's pretty cool. So, yeah, so now that we have covered the stuff with the dragons and the Pixies and the mermaids, let's go and take a look at the 3 new mobs that this update has to add. And they are pretty cool. I think you'll like them. So let's go take a look. And here we are at the Cockatrice. This is the Cockatrice. It is like the bottom half of a snake and the top half of a chicken. They look really cool. These are the 2 different kinds you could find. They spawn in savanna biomes. So you could find them there, around. Now, if you look at them, you're gonna see, now I'm not in survival mode right now, but if you look at them in survival mode, a little black line of particles will come out of their eyes if you're making eye contact, and they will, start damaging you, like with the wither effect, and it hurts a lot, and I'll try to show that in a second. Now, how do you tame these? Well, you can do 2 things. You can either look at them, stare them down, and like make them submit to you to tame them. And I believe if there's red hearts, you tame them, and I think there's black hearts. I don't know what those do yet, but I don't think those are good. So I'm just gonna come over here to my humane chicken farm and show you what they have all dropped. Now, these have been going for a pretty long time. As you can see, this chest is almost halfway full, and there's only 4 rotten eggs. So I'm gonna grab those, and then this one is 2. And that has 4. So we got 10 rotten eggs out of a lot of eggs. And these have been going for like a really long time. And there's a lot of chickens in there. So I'm gonna hop into survival mode real fast. I'm gonna hop into survival mode real fast, and with the eggs we just got, I'm gonna start throwing them. So we got, oh, no cockatrice, nope, nope. Oh, we just got 1 out of 4 eggs. So out of 10 eggs, we just got 1. So they're pretty rare. Wow, that guy's really fast. And look at the little babies. They're actually kind of cute. They look like a little chick with a snake tail. They're pretty cute. And he is tamed to me. Get back here. You sit. There we go. And now he is sitting. And they will protect chickens. They are good guard animals. And anything that looks at them will hurt. So now, oh, you saw the particle. So I'm going to look at him. I'm going to try to tame this white one. Oh, wow. Wow, that was a powerful attack. Well, at least I think. I mean, he just pushed me really far back. The one thing I do know about this process is if you die during it... Oh, see? I tamed one. I don't know which one. I think I tamed the white one. Yeah, I tamed the white one and he started defending me. So, there you go. Like, it took a while and a lot of golden apples. Oh, wow, almost like 30. But they drop Witherbone, so that's a good way to get Witherbone in the overworld for Dragonbone weapons if you don't want to go to the Nether to start killing cockatrices. You see how long it took and how much damage they do. They do a lot of damage, and it took a really long time. And so, like, you're gonna need a way to sustain yourself after you, like, trap them to tame them. And if you die, it starts over again. So, the progress you have tamed while staring at them in the eye to tame them goes away if you die, and you have to go like start from the beginning. So, I mean, you just saw me chugging apples right here, trying to tame him, and I did end up getting the one, and he started attacking the other one because it was hurting me. So these are good like guard animals and stuff, and I believe wild ones, if you hurt a chicken around a wild one, they start attacking you. But these ones will guard your chickens, so that's pretty cool. So that's about it for the cockatrice. So let's move on to the Stymphalian bird, which is probably my favorite one that has been added in this update. So I'm gonna clear out my inventory, get rid of these particle effects, and I will see you in a bit. Alright, here we are in a swamp biome, the natural home of the Stymphalian bird. So there's some, they just flew off. So they spawn in flocks, and if you hurt one of them, I believe if you end up killing one, they disperse their flock. So I'm going to try to go into survival mode and draw them back to me. So hopefully they'll come back. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go spawn in some, and then try to run away a little bit. Okay, so I'm going to spawn in a couple birds, probably like 3 or 4, and then I'm going to go into survival mode so you can see what they do. Okay, so look, they all started hitting me, and they pushed me back, and like and they're very persistent. Oh man, I'm actually totally dead. I was on half a heart, I think, right there. But like, you see how aggressive they are, and that first flock we saw, there were like 6 of them, and these were just 4, and like, they got my health down super fast. So like, these birds are very dangerous. So I'm going to spawn one in just so you can get a closer look at it. And like, they really like to fly, but they look really cool. There's a really good job just on how they look and stuff. I love them. But these are probably my favorite mob that this update has to offer because of how aggressive they are and how dangerous they make swamps, because right now swamps really aren't that dangerous. If I recall, like, the only thing in swamps that are dangerous is like you might find a witch hut and then it's just one witch, or slimes occasionally. But like, I really like that these have been added. They're my favorite mod. And then like, so like, they just start dropping feathers that you could pick up. So, I mean, that's it for the Stymphalian bird. Found in swamps, and yeah. So, let's move on to the next mob. And, you know what? I think I'm just going to do it right here, and just talk about the troll. Because trolls, they spawn pretty rarely. And there's 3 different types. There's the mountain troll, the frost, and the forest. Oh, yeah, they turn into stone in the daytime. So, that's what they look like when they're stone. And, like, they have their awesome tusks, and you get, you know, stone from them. They look really awesome. So I'm just gonna make it night real fast. Alright, so now that it's night, I'm gonna put, and they have, like, glowing eyes. Wow, they sound awesome, too. So you can see their giant weapon. And I believe this is a mountain troll. You can see their health right there, 50. And they're incredibly strong. So let's try to get some other trolls here. Here we go. We have a frost troll. I think this is a forest troll. It's kind of hard to tell, but that one looks a little lighter gray. So these are the trolls. And they are very strong in their attacks. They wield their giant weapons. And they spawn underground. And they need to spawn in an area big enough to hold them. So I'm going to just set the time back to day. And they're all going to turn to stone. And so you can see like how big they are compared to a player. They are pretty dang big. And they only spawn underground in caves. They need an area big enough for them to spawn, and they're pretty rare. So you're probably going to find these mostly in the Stage 5 dragon layers underground, which makes dragon fighting a whole lot harder now that you have to deal with the trolls. But they're pretty cool. So I waited to show you the trolls after the Stymphalian birds for a reason. Now the armor, the hide that you can make into armor that they drop, I wanted to tell you this, so hopefully you stuck around for this nice little fact about the armor. Troll armor, while the trolls are rare to find, and it'd probably take a while, to get their armor, is 75% resistant to projectiles, like the Stymphalian birds, so those wouldn't harm you as much. And you can still put enchantments on top of that for, like, projectile protection 4. So you can make probably armor that is nearly impossible to damage with any projectile if you have troll armor with projectile 4 protection on it. So that's pretty cool. So yeah, so let's head back to the end. I mean, that's it for the trolls. They are pretty cool. I love them. I love the fact that they turn to stone during the day. So if you could manage to, like, trap one, you could probably, like, make a cool statue somewhere and, like, move it. But yeah, so let's head back to where we started. So thank you for sticking around and waiting out for this showcase. I know it took me a while, but hey, it's out and it's pretty awesome. So if you haven't downloaded the mod yet, go check it out. It's pretty cool. Go and join the Discord server for the mod. A link will be in the description. And tell Alex and Raptor what an amazing job they're doing on this mod. It's absolutely amazing. And also, if you join the Discord server and you haven't yet, there's a little surprise that they announced not too long ago about something coming out in the future that I absolutely love and am totally excited for. But that's about it for this video. So if there's anything I've forgotten, let me know down in the comments below, so I can post it and pin it or put it in the description so other people can know if there's anything major. If you want a full list of everything that was changed, join the Discord and go to the announcement section for all 3 versions of this 1.5 update will be in there, and their full changelog with all the bug fixes and probably other little details I've missed will be there. If you find a bug, go report it to the bug issue tracker on GitHub. I'll put a link in the description, but if you're in the Discord, there's an actual Discord channel for you to find the link, so it's pretty handy. But yeah, no, go check out this mod. It's really cool. I love it. I absolutely love it. Alex and Raptor have done an amazing job with it, so head to the Discord, thank them. That's it for today. So if you like the video, just gently tap that like button, don't break it. If you like the video, also consider subscribing, and I will see you next time. Bye.